I was looking through cheat codes. I was trying to do AR codes on the emulator thing to get this damn thing to unlock. Need alone. You know, I never thought with that intro that would be last so long, and I would look at it a year after making it and be like, "That looks so terrible. I need to make."
You know, I never get over watching our little highbrow dingles just standing there in the Sonic logo, just flapping their arms around.
It's cute, but I feel like I could do better nowadays.
It's adorable, but yeah, maybe so.
Welcome back to Rank a Bone, your one and only Sonic ranking podcast show. Why is it one and only? Because no one else wants to do it. That's right. I'm Bander SN, and below me is Joey Spicy Fries.
Master of all things Emerald. Yes, yes.
Master of all things Emerald. I forgot to say that, sorry. I'm here to talk about Sonic Rush. This is our 14th episode in the Sonic ranking franchise. You can catch all of the other episodes here on youtube.com/BanderSN. And we are continuing all the way until Sonic Forces, which is the last game, unfortunately. And yeah, today we're going to talk about Sonic Rush. There was something I wanted to say right before. Oh, I have something to actually show off today. Joey, why don't you tell us how you felt about Sonic Rush?
You know, I enjoyed this game. I used to play it back when I had a DS. Used to play it when I had it. Still have my DS. Played it this time around. Enjoyed it again. It's a nice change of pace. It's fun for a 2D game, but I feel it's just so much different in regards to the original 2D games. So,
different
it's fun.
Good or different bad?
Different good. I feel like, you know, it has some aspects that had the original games had, probably would have made them more enjoyable.
This is my first time playing it. I actually started playing my general rule of thumb when doing these things is that if I can secure a copy of the game within reason, like under MSRP of the original game, so if I can purchase the game and it's not like $120,000 nonsense edition, or if I can get it firsthand on some sort of storefront, like for example, I don't own Sonic Forces, so when we get to Sonic Forces, I'll buy that game and play it on the actual platform it's on. Gotcha. But for this one, I was able to get a copy of it on DS, an actual cartridge on DS, and play it. I actually played it on the DS, my original fat Japanese edition DS that I had like from 2006. So I played this as legitimately as possible.
Nice.
And obviously the recording you're seeing is from an emulator, but like I said, I did purchase it. The game is fantastic, and I'm so ashamed of myself for never actually playing this, because I remember being at a crossroads one day at a GameStop, in which I had Sonic Rush in front of me, and in my other hand, I think I had two Game Boy games. I don't remember what the second one was, but I remember the first one was Zatch Bell, the Zatch Bell Game Boy Advance game.
That game. Yeah.
And the story kind of confuses me, because I'm like, surely I wasn't deciding between a DS and a Game Boy Advance game, and maybe I picked the Game Boy Advance game because it was cheaper, but because I had a DS then, but why would I have been purchasing it? It doesn't make any sense to me. So there must have been another game in that fold somewhere that I was purchasing. I just don't remember.
Maybe that Bell was just the hype of the time, because I remember that show was pretty good. I liked it, and that's probably why I got that game at the time.
I like the show. I actually have the PS2 game as well. Didn't we talk about that at some point? No, maybe not. I don't know. The Zatch Bell game was actually pretty good on Game Boy Advance. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it a lot.
The game is honestly fantastic. I enjoy this game so much. There are a few problems here and there that we'll get to later on, but this game is a fantastic game for DS. It takes advantage of like that second screen, some of the touch mechanics. I love the special stages and how they use the touch mechanics. The perfect implementation. And this game just has style. There's a style to this game that's unique to itself. No other Sonic game really has that kind of style, and it's just cool. Like the music, the vibes, the levels, how everything works around the trick system. It's just fun, and it's perfect pure Sonic in a way that like we'll see in next week's episode and last week's episode, or not last week, but our last episode, that Sonic has been kind of trying to find its own identity, and sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's really bad. This is a case of really good.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely. I agree.
yeah, but let's first start talking about our new character, Blaze the cat. Um, our first female playable playable character since Amy and Cream, I think. I don't think there's ever
Hmm.
been any other female characters.
Rouge.
Yes, yes, correct. Oh, sorry, I was thinking about like in a 2D sense, but yeah, you're correct. Um,
Oh yeah, I suppose.
and honestly, she's like the best female character in the entire Sonic franchise.
She's got a fun little play style that I enjoyed. I liked her little fire dash attack. That was one of my favorites.
I like her story. It's cute. It's not like it's kind of like Knuckles, but in a sense where she's not an idiot. Oh, I'm watching the gameplay video. Sorry about the gameplay video and how the fact that I couldn't get the two screens at once. So it's like you can't even see what's going on. It just looks like nonsense.
It just looks like Sonic's invisible.
Yeah, Blaze, I feel like, is one of the only characters in Sonic that isn't an embarrassment of the franchise. You have things that Knuckles does, you have things that Shadow does, Rouge, like they're all just awful sometimes. Blaze, not the same, not very much awful. And yeah, I really liked her playstyle. I enjoyed playing this like origin of her character, and we'll see when we come to Sonic 06 that she's in that game, but it does not make any sense. It's like she's from the future now, and she says there's a line in Sonic 06 where Silver is talking about a blue hedgehog, and she's like, "Blue hedgehog," and implying that she remembers Sonic, but it's not possible because she's not from another dimension. She's from the future, and that just it makes things are very weird. It doesn't make any sense.
Lots of blurry lines.
Lots of blurry lines. Oh, the thing I wanted to show off. I got two things recently, two Sonic memorabilia items that I wanted to show off. One, well, I'll show off next week if we have time. Maybe I'll wait till we do Sonic Rush Adventure. But the first one, I got a pack of Sonic G Fuel, which was
Oh, nice.
a limited edition G Fuel branded Sonic, which is peach ring flavored, like peach gold rings,
Peach candies, gummy rings.
like the Sonic franchise. And I figured I'd do a little taste review. I've already had 3 of them, so I'm a little bit past the review stage, but it's because
Hey, maybe the fourth is different. You never know.
it's pretty good. It's a little bit too candy-like for me, a little too sugary. I mean, obviously there isn't any sugar in it, I don't think. Yeah, no sugar. But I definitely say it does get the vibes of a peach ring flavor. And overall, it's like pretty good. It takes me a while to finish one because it's like a little bit too much, but for a energy drink, I think this is pretty.
I think that's why it's supposed to take you a while. You're not supposed to just chug a whole energy drink down in one go.
Let me ask you this, Joey: have you ever chugged an energy drink whole?
Yes, bangs constantly.
I have not.
I'm very messed up.
So yeah, that's actually pretty good. You can actually get some like collector's edition shit. We're not sponsored, by the way. No one would sponsor this. I know a lot of people are getting their sponsorship.
Standing up with the UC Davis shirt. Sponsor me.
I went to college. Apologies. And I forgot what shirt I was wearing. Sometimes I wear shirts from my work, and I'm always just like, wait a minute, shoot, don't put this in the recording. Yeah, the story of the game, pretty simple. 2 worlds colliding due to the 2 different Eggmans doing the 2 different things with parallel emeralds. There's the Chaos Emeralds, the Soul Emeralds. It's fairly standard. It's not messy. It's fun for what it is. My only complaint is sometimes the cutscenes take a little bit too long because it's just text and dialogue of Sonic and his friends just talking nonsensical dialogue that just doesn't, like, who cares?
But that's a Sonic game for you, man. Their dialogue makes no sense.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, it's just a lot of like back and forth where it's just like we can just get to the next level. Let me just skip.
May I refer you to Knuckles creeping out of a sewer? Makes no sense.
I will give you that, and that is my biggest complaint about Adventure 2 is where you have like the dark story where it's all them teaming up and doing things together, whereas the hero story is like, oh shit, you're here too? What? Love that game. Great game.
Good game. Good game.
Oh god, where do we go from here? The story beats are good. They don't kind of get in the way too much, and they move to each level, and the levels are pretty awesome. Do we want to start going through each level?
Yeah, let's do it.
And I just forgot to say that we both actually beat the entire game this time. versus
Mm-hmm.
some of our other things, where we did Sonic Story, Blaze's Story, and Final Boss. The final boss in this game, I don't know why, but I had to replay the second to last boss 4 times to get the final boss to unlock because I played Sonic levels, played Blaze's levels all the way through. I played the first 2 Sonic levels to get Blaze, played all the way through Blaze, played all the way through Sonic, and it didn't fucking unlock. And I was like, what's happening? Why can't I get this to unlock? I was looking through cheat codes. I was trying to do AR codes on the emulator thing to get this damn thing to unlock. I played it as Blaze again, thinking, oh, maybe they need to get me to play it as Blaze after having all the Chaos Emeralds in order to get through the extra story. I had to play through Sonic again.
I had no answer for you, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't help.
The problem was that I skipped the credits, and that didn't unlock it for some reason. So I had to play through Blaze, Sonic, Blaze, and Sonic. And that boss, I have some things to say about that boss.
There's a lesson for you today, kids. Don't skip the credits. You might miss something.
I already watched the credits, though, for Blaze's story. I didn't think I had to watch it as Sonic's story.
The developers are like, yes, this is how we will screw them over. They'll skip the second credits thinking they watched the first, but they'll think, oh, we've unlocked everything.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the facts. This is just a mess, this whole show.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. You're Mr. Fun Fact. Let's go.
So I don't have too much fun facts. Obviously, it's the first game on the DS. It came out in 2005, if I remember. It was a very early DS game, and it was developed by Dimps and Sonic Team. Dimps does a lot of the portable games for the Sonic franchise. I think they do Rush Adventure. I didn't think they did Colors, Unleashed. Did Unleashed have a DS port? Maybe, I don't know. I know Generations did. I think they did that one as well. So they've done a lot of them. They might have even done. No, that's Sumo. Never mind. I was going to say the Sonic Racing games. But yeah, Dimps has done a lot of stuff. I think we've actually done a few games with Dimps in it already. Did they do? Yeah, so they've done Advance 1, Advance 2, 3, Rush Adventure, the Wii version of Unleashed, which is what Joey's going to be playing, Sonic 4, goddamn, and Colors Generation and Lost World on the 3DS. So they've done a lot.
We still have a ways to go.
Tons of Dimps games. The game was first shown off in 2005, and the DS was first really being, shown off. Did the DS come out in 2004? I think that's right.
That sounds right.
Excuse me. This featuring Sonic Tree is giving me the burps. Produced by Yuji Naka, the OG dude. He's made tons of the Sonic games before. Music was developed by Hideki Naganuma, who's done a ton of the Sonic games in the past. And honestly, there's not a ton of facts here. There's just kind of like little bits and blobs. I don't really have anything from the development process of the game. Obviously, there's new moves here. There's the boost mode. There's some of the trick systems that are fairly different. There's some actual cool animated cutscenes that really change. First time for the 2D series. When you tap Sonic and Blaze with the stylus, they'll do a little animation.
It's true. I didn't enjoy that this time around. I did play it on an emulator. I could not find my DS charger, so sucks, but I'll find it eventually.
Eventually. Metacritic 82. I think that's a little low. I think that game could have been like an 86 or an 87, but whatever.
Oh, it definitely could have been higher, but who are we to judge?
Yeah. Yeah, and eventually Water Palace from this game made its way to the Generations version on 3DS. Which is cool. It was one of the only unique stages from Generations 3DS.
Gotcha.
Okay, sorry. Levels. Let's get into levels.
Let's do it. You want to go... How do you want to start this? Because they're in different order for each character.
Go with Sonic's.
Sonic's?
Yeah.
Sure. You kick us off.
You have the list. I don't have the list.
I have the list, but I'm trying to remember what his first one was because they're in alphabetic order here.
Oh, it should be Leaf.
Leaf Storm?
Leaf Storm, yeah.
Okay.
Good classic level, kind of unique design, very jungly approach versus the usual Green Hill Zone. I mean, it's kind of Green Hill Zone, but not.
It's green, and it's got hills, just like most of the original.
Good music, good design, fun gimmicks. Good classic opener. Pretty good. The boss has some bullshit stuff though, with how it knocks you off and insta kills you.
Right, the Egg Hammer Mega.
Yeah.
Neat boss. Yeah, this is much like any other starting level. It's basic. Doesn't have much to go off of as far as traps and whatnot to worry about.
I feel overall the game has a ton of like bottomless pits, but I think that they give you good checkpoints to where they're not really like screwing you over randomly, and there's not just a level with just 1,000 bottomless pits like some of the advanced games were. It's mostly like a couple pits here and there on key points that make you kind of have to slow down a little bit. But yeah, I think that they did a good job balancing that, and this is a good first level. It's actually not even that easy. There's actually some difficulty to it versus something like Green Hill Zone, which is fairly like you just blast through.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Moving on, we have
Water Palace, right?
I believe you're right. Let me see here. What is it is second zone for Sonic, fourth zone for Blaze.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
This is a great stage. This is a fantastic water level. I think that there's a ton of cool, gimmicks with the rising geysers and stuff like that. It moves you through things very quickly. The only complaint I have about this level is when you get to the big propellers that spin you around, it's so fucking slow. And I do not like that. It's very, very slow. It's way too slow. But other than that,
agree, yeah.
this might be my favorite water level of any Sonic game. Like, it's fantastic designed. Very fast. Right. Music's great. Just good. Good stuff. I understand why they picked this one for Generations. It's a good level.
Oh, I agree. I enjoyed it. I enjoy most of the water. I should stop myself before saying that. I don't like most of the water levels, especially if you end up fucking deep down in the water. So for this one, I would say this was definitely an improvement of them.
Yeah. This game does do a great job of having the different layers where you have like the harder stuff and the bottom stuff. And I don't feel like I'm getting the more difficult stuff by going down lower. I feel like they do a good job of having like the upper stuff be just as difficult, or, have their own traps and stuff like that send you down to the bottom. Whereas a lot of the advanced games, I feel like the bottom layer always felt more difficult. Whereas normally in level design you want the more harder to reach areas having more challenge versus the easier to reach areas being a little bit easier to get through, and that's generally a better design path. Obviously that's not exactly how Sonic goes, but I think that it's done pretty well here in Rush.
I agree, definitely.
Boss fight is nothing to write home about. Was the weird Loch Ness monster?
Turtle, I believe.
Egg turtle.
Yeah. It was a
forgettable
boss fight. Very, very forgettable.
Next is the desert, or is it the
Mirage Road?
Mirage Road. I did not like these ones.
Third for both. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the temple levels. This one was not all that fun.
Not so much the aesthetic for me, but there was way too many rooms in which you stop and fight enemies, and the fighting the enemies is mindless and not like exciting at all. Like, it's not fun to really fight these enemies, especially the dudes with the axe. Like, there's some challenge in there a little bit, but for the most part, just like, why are we just move on?
For me, it's very anti-Sonic, because if you're coming to a standstill to fight someone, that's just not Sonic for me. I don't like to speed through the level from start to finish as fast as I can, but I love the speed aspect, and this takes it away.
Boy, looking at this video here that I have, I'm really noticing how much you jump between the top and the bottom low zone, and how you're basically looking at like that level in Sonic Unleashed, that first level, Windy Hill or whatever it's called.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The very last part about in Act 2 where you're on that giant sand slope, I hated that part. I just dodging enemies and stuff like that. It's like, it's cool, but it's just too slow.
Yeah. I mean, again, takes away from what a Sonic game usually is.
Yeah.
And I get it. They tried something different, and Uh, Probably not my favorite of the levels. I'd
Yeah,
say it's down the list for them.
I think this is the worst level for me. The beetle was interesting. I think it was fun to kind of figure out how it actually worked, because it doesn't really spell out how you're actually supposed to fight this boss fight. So until you actually figure out, it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, I hit the ball back and it catches it and whatnot, and then you finally feel like, oh, I need to wait for it to turn around, hit it in the ass, and then keep going.
Right, yeah.
And then it kind of breaks down, and becomes a lot easier for you. Um, yeah, not bad.
All right, so next would be, let's see here. Shit, I lost my list.
It should be the casino level, right? The carnival or whatever.
Night Carnival is...
Night Carnival
Yep,
is a good level. I'm trying to remember some of the gimmicks. Actually, no, I really like this level. There's a lot of cool things with the with how some of the gimmick pieces work. The little springboards. I'm trying to remember some of the other pieces to it. I just remember, I know that I really like this level.
I mean, it's another one of those nighttime levels. It's like, you know, casinos, the carnivals, all that stuff.
Classic.
Love these. Love these stages. And the music, it's great.
Great music, great theme, great style. Like, it's a trope in Sonic games, but it just works, and it's always fun to see these types of levels. They're never
Exactly.
It's never a bad thing when you see these types of levels.
I don't recall if this was a part of any other Sonic game, but the light bridges where you gotta like stick with the light as it's going across, that's one of my favorite parts of this level.
Oh yeah, they used it. They used it in a lot of clever ways too. Whereas like there was that one part where you had to jump off of it, hit a switch, and then jump back onto it to get continue onto the thing. And I thought that was really clever.
Yeah, the mechanics were definitely pretty cool in this one.
I got stuck on this boss fight for the longest time as Blaze because I could not figure out how to like it just didn't piece it together in my head of like how to actually be good at this boss fight. And then I played it again as Sonic, and I was like, this is the easy shit. Why did I have so much trouble with this?
Yeah, definitely a fun level. The boss Egg Libra. It was an alright boss. I didn't have too much trouble with it.
Yeah, I just didn't realize you could jump off that thing, that little beetle thing that chases you around, and like get really high up and attack the top thing as it is in the air, and that's how you like beat this thing really fast.
Yeah.
All right, next is Huge Crisis. That was cool.
Yep, yeah, that's it. Huge Crisis.
The last 3 levels in this game, the names of them are like, oh my god, like it's like, oh, Leaf Forest, Water Palace, Huge Crisis, Terminal, like what is the next one, like Altitude Limit, and then like
Exception? No, that's the final boss. That's the final zone.
What's the egg ship thing?
Deadline.
Deadline. Yeah, it's all like scary names.
Exactly. Very anti-Sonic for these names.
Yeah, Huge Crisis is awesome. These last 3 levels are really cool designs, really cool gimmicks. They are challenging, but not in like bullshit ways. And music's awesome. They flow really well. They have really cool mechanics. Like I love with the rockets on. I'm just gonna kind of we're going a little long here, so I'm gonna kind of just summarize and go quickly.
And like you got that motorbike part of it too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's the hang gliding section, which is fun. The rockets in I think in what is it again, the egg level?
Oh, Deadline.
The rockets in Deadline, how the controls of them are different depending on which way you're going through them. And there's the gravity switching. In Huge Crisis, there's parts where I don't know, there's just parts where the game just flows really nicely if you're going through different zones. And I always feel like you can hit shortcuts, go back to them with the trick system and the boost system. It's like nothing ever feels permanent. And if you make a mistake, you could always kind of go back and go through the section you missed. So it always just feels like it flows and it jumps through things. And I'm kind of just using nonsense words, but I think that this is one of the first 2D games in which everything from start to finish feels like it just goes well, whereas Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Advance 2 start off really nicely and then just hit a wall of just difficult, and it's just like, oh my god, why is this just full of bottomless pits, and it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Whereas this one just feels like it keeps up the momentum and even exceeds itself at certain points.
No, definitely. Um, definitely had a higher. God, I don't even know what the word I was going to say was. It was definitely a lot better than most of the late game stages in previous games.
Mm-hmm.
Egg Hammer Fortress was an interesting boss.
What was the boss in Huge Crisis?
This is Huge Crisis. Egg Hammer Fortress.
What does it look like?
It looks like the boss. It kind of looks like the boss from the first stage, Leaf Storm.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And slightly different. It was pretty easy. I like the mix-up of it, but it being kind of a clone is, in some ways, a cop-out, but whatever.
I mean, I guess. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Altitude Limits boss was that the plane?
Altitude Limits boss?
The big plane, the big ship that attacks you?
Let me check here. Boss.
It like shoots bullets at you, and then it's kind of like a bird.
I believe so, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the Egg Eagle. That's it.
Yeah, that one was. I mean, none of these bosses are terribly difficult. Like once you kind of figure them out, they go pretty well. And I don't feel like they have anything that's like cheap. Like
Exactly,
cheap mechanics.
and they kind of have little differences between both characters' playthroughs, but
because with Blaze has the hover and Sonic has the dodge.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice that they have those variations.
Yeah, and then the final, the third to last boss fight in which you fight Blaze or Sonic.
Yeah.
When I first did it as Blaze, I got to the part where they clash together, and I didn't realize you had to alternate the buttons. I just tapped them both rapidly, so it took me like a minute. I'm like, God, what are you supposed to do? I can't wait. You're not moving. And then I finally did an alternate, and then I alternated, and then Blaze slowly started moving. I'm like, oh, I'm a moron.
Right.
And this is on the DS button, so I'm like,
oh Jesus.
It was
yeah. It
rough.
was. I think it was Z and X for me on my keyboard.
Yeah, these fights are usually kind of boring when they do these things where you fight the other characters in 2D. They're really bad in 3D as well, so I'm not gonna lie. This one was actually pretty fun. I think it worked on a lot of levels. Whereas something like, say, you fight, I think, Knuckles in Sonic 3, and it's just kind of nothing.
It fell flat on its face as a boss fight.
And it's good stuff.
Yep.
It felt like an actual story beat that was kind of coming to a head, where people kept saying like all these great things about Sonic, but because Blaze doesn't trust anyone, she's like, who's the Sonic person? This person needs to get out of my way, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm the only one who needs to do this. This is my job. I need to do this. He needs to get out of my way. And then Sonic's finally like, yo, we need to work together. Like, you need to let me help you, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Fun.
Lots of fun.
And then I'm going to do a little rant about the sort of sub-final boss of this game, where it's not a bad fight. A lot of the mechanics are fun to do, and the flow of the fight is really good. It keeps changing up attacks. Mm-hmm. The electric barrels are bullshit, especially the one where he sends multiple after you. It's bullshit. The fact that, like, sometimes when he does the multiple attacks at once very fast, there's so much lasers on the screen, the frame rate on my DS collapses on itself, and it eats my inputs, and I fucking hate it. And it does that same thing too. When its arm is smashing down and the barrels bounce around the thing, my frame rate goes to shit, and I can't jump, and I get frustrated, and I die, and I scream and throw my DS. I fought this thing 30 times because it was so difficult.
See, now, if anything, I would think I would have the frame rate. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Considering you're running it through the system it is made for, you shouldn't have that issue.
Well, your computer is obviously
pretty smooth on my end.
Your computer's obviously going to be able to run it, like brute force run it a little bit better. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, and but honestly, it could be completely random whether or not the emulation it runs better than the straight the native system. But for me, on my basic DS, it was just like, it was not having a good day on this one, and I died so many times to frame rate issues. I've never had that much of a problem with frame rate before. Um, and when I was like, I think playing as Blaze took me like 3 days to beat this boss fight. I didn't. I mean, I'm not spending like hours and hours each night playing this, but
Right, of
the
course.
when I finally got to 2 hits and I finally got that last tag, had no rings. I was like, oh god, I gotta get one more hit. And he just stopped and stared at me. And I was like, oh no, he's about to do something new again. Oh no! And I was like, what is he gonna do? And he kept attacking me. I'm like, oh god, what is it doing? What is he doing? And I finally hit him. I'm like, oh, it was a gimme. It was a gimme, Joey. I'm so
Gave it to
happy.
you.
Cause like I've played Sonic games before. When you
Yeah.
play Sonic Adventure 1, he does a suicide attack on you and it kills you. In Sonic 06, I'm pretty sure he does the same thing. I've seen the games. I know what happens. They do the suicide attacks on you. I had flashbacks. Flashbacks.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Vietnam flashbacks. It was it was good. And the final boss with Super Sonic and Super Blaze, pretty great. Really enjoyed that one. Once you figuring out the mechanics and how each thing works, and how like I didn't know how I attacked Eggman at first as Sonic. I didn't realize I was hitting things into him. But then going through Blaze, I'm like, well, Blaze doesn't have a dash. Why I can't really dash into things as Blaze. And then realizing, oh, I'm shooting fireballs at him. Pretty cool. And then the cool handshake at the end for friendship. We'll see each other again one day, and off into your own separate worlds. Great, happy ending.
Happy ending for everyone.
Great game. What was your favorite level?
I would probably have to say my favorite level was. I mean, I feel like I say it for every one of these little gimmicky levels. I'd say Night Carnival, if not Leaf Storm.
There's so many good levels here. The only level I didn't like was the desert level, but I would say Altitude Limit was my favorite. I think that the flow of that
Huge
level.
Crisis was pretty fun too. I don't know. It's tough for me on this one.
There's so many good levels here. It's fantastic. Favorite boss fight?
They weren't all very noteworthy for me.
Yeah, I mean, they're better than a lot of the advanced bosses because I don't really remember too many of them. It might just be because I played them like multiple times each.
The advanced
But-
bosses just feel like a classic to me, though.
I think the final boss to me is my favorite one. I think that felt pretty epic.
I'll go with the final boss as well. Sure.
A dimensional rift fighting Eggman, like he's going through this machine that lets him jump between dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess we're ranking music. We're gonna rank right here, right on. We don't really we mentioned music, but a lot of this music is very unique to this game. Like when I said this game has a style, the style of this game is emphasized so much by the music and the fact that it's so different from anything else we get in a 2D game. Mostly because they all have lyrics. They're all these jazzy, uplifting, like I don't know what genre you'd call this music, but it's really fun and fast paced in a way that's different than anything else, like the chip tunes and the 8-bit stuff that you get from the classic games.
Right.
It's really good, and I would encourage, if you've ever played this game, to listen to the songs on MP3 on like YouTube to get the uncompressed versions of it, because they're really good. But yeah, let's rank right here, right on. And I keep saying I need to make a list of this, but I never do. Our list is number 1 is What I'm Made Of. Number 2 is Live and Learn. Number 3 is Open Your Heart. And did we rank Sonic's theme in Sonic? Oh, City Escape. That's right. City Escape is number 3.
Oh, yeah. City Escape's up there for sure.
Yeah, and Sonic Heroes is like last. The Shadow levels are last, somewhere in there, and then there's Sonic Boom. And I think did we rank It Doesn't Matter, Sonic's theme, and Sonic Adventure 1? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did, no.
So yeah, so this one, I would honestly put this one right below
I'd put it under City Escape at 4.
at 4. I was gonna put it below, what is it called? Open Your Heart? Yeah,
So
Open Your Heart.
So you're putting it at 5 then.
Yeah,
Yeah?
but I'd take number 4, to be honest, after Cityscape.
We'll say 4.
Yeah, cool. Right here, right on. It's just a fun level. It perfectly encapsulates the themes and vibes you get from this game in a way that I think that Heroes is so lame for a song, and I know What I'm Made of does not. Heroes does not deserve What I'm Made of as a final boss theme.
No,
Live
not
and
really.
Learn Live and Learn and Cityscape fit Adventure 2 so perfectly, and Open Your Heart is cool, but I don't think it exactly fits the vibe of Adventure. I mean, I guess it does. Yeah, I don't know. Number 4 is fine though. Well, anything else to say before we move on to the actual rankings? I'm trying to think. Oh, we didn't talk about the special stages.
Oh, we did not. That's a good point.
You get
They're
Soul
pretty fun,
Emeralds every time you beat a level, and you get Chaos Emeralds if you do these cool little warp things, where you jump the thing and you spin around real fast if you have enough boost. I love that mechanic. I love how that is how you unlock them. They're easy to find, and I fucking love these special stages.
Oh, they were fun. I enjoyed them a lot.
They give you they're obviously a big reference to Sonic 2's special stages, and I think that the way they use the touchscreen, I thought the controls it would be very janky to control, but I never had a problem getting Sonic where I needed him to be. Oh, I don't know how did that play on emulator?
It ran very smooth. I didn't have many issues with it.
Okay, my thing with the only issue I have with it is that one, my stylus was too small, so I had to take that stylus out of my girlfriend Haley's DS Lite to use it because it was too small, and sometimes my hand would block where I was trying to go. Other than that, it was they were really fun. I really love these special stages, mostly because I can actually beat them, which is nice.
Right. Always nice when you can beat a special stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is it. Let us get that ranking up. I'm going to put up the list. Here is the current list. Number 1, Sonic 2. Number 2, Sonic and Knuckles. Number 3, Sonic Adventure. Number 4, Sonic Adventure 2. Number 5, Sonic Advance 3. Number 6, Sonic 3. Number 7, Sonic the Movie. Number 8, Sonic Advance 2. Number 9, Sonic Heroes. Number 10, Sonic CD. Number 11, Shadow the Hedgehog. Number 12, Sonic Advance. Number 13, Sonic 1. If you're just joining us, I did not want Shadow the Hedgehog to be number 11. I wanted it to be number 14. But we have a system, we have rules here. And where are we going to put Sonic Rush?
You know, I can honestly say I would play it more than Sonic Advance 2, or I would want to. I would put it between Sonic 3 and Sonic the Movie.
You know, I'm feeling ballsy today because I'm looking at this list. I know we have Advance 3 and Sonic above Sonic 3, and I'm looking at them like, did we really put Advance 3? Maybe I was just high on that game when I was playing that. And not high as in high on weed, but like high up, like very high, excited about that game.
Sonic Advance 3, I feel, was the more enjoyable of the 3 games. I feel it stands where it was put.
Definitely above Advance 2 and 1 for me. I think I would play, if I were looking at this list and figuring out which one I would play more, I would put Sonic Rush at number 5, right above Advance 3. I think of all the advanced titles in Rush, I would rather play Rush more.
You know what? I would take that.
Okay, here we go. Big moves here. There we go. There it is. Number 5, Sonic Rush. Everything moves down a slide, and Shadow slowly descends into the bottom of nothingness.
Into the shadows of this list.
God damn. It should be number 15 by now.
Oh man.
Alrighty, there's your list. I don't think I have an edit for it, but it is our top 5 now. Sonic 2, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, and now number 5, Sonic Rush. Next week, oh boy, we are doing Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I don't know how Joey's playing it, but I'm going to be playing that on my Xbox 360. I'll be able to actually record that, which is nice. I'm very excited. We're going to be doing the whole game. Sonic, Shadow, and Silver's playthrough. We absolutely have to do it for the final boss.
I will do it for sure.
I'm going to say I doubt we're going to be getting back to this next week. I think it's going to be a little while before we get to this thing just because Sonic
It might be
06.
I would venture to say, and this is I feel it's fair. I say make it a 3-week campaign, spend a week on each character, come back.
Yeah, it'll take a while because the game is actually a lot longer than. I think this might be the longest game we've done because normally Adventure 1, I think we've both played Adventure 1 enough to where it's easier for us to get through. Adventure 2 is only two campaigns, which I think I beat Dark Side Story in one day, so it wasn't even that difficult.
Right.
Heroes, we only did one path, and so it's a bit different than some of the other stuff. And then Shadow obviously would take a lot longer if you actually did it that way. But so this is actually going to be our longest game that we've ever done before because we have to do all three because they're all three are very different.
Well, then we will do it.
So we'll see you guys in a little bit. We're going to be doing that. Catch us on stream, twitch.tv/BannerSun. We might be playing some of the levels on stream. We're going to be doing... I do stream on that. Sometimes I do Twitch playthroughs with my girlfriend Haley. We're currently playing through Tell Me Why and The Last of Us Part 2. And I've got some news and some opinion pieces that I do on my channel featuring my alter ego, Animal Crossing Bander. And we've got a video coming up this week. I believe this video is going up tomorrow. And I have a video coming up Wednesday or Thursday called Is Everwild a Pokemon Game? And that's going to be really fun.
Catch us on Fall Guys sometimes, because sometimes we stream when we play that, and it's a very fun little game.
Yeah. We should stream Machikoro.
Maybe, yeah, we should. That'd be fun.
Anyways, that's going to be it for us. Thank you all for watching. This has been a fantastic